What if the very foundations of our modern moral philosophy are flawed? Do the ends ever justify the means? These are the questions that guided modern philosopher Elizabeth Anscombe. Born in 1919 in the heart of Ireland, Anscombe was noticed for her intellectual capabilities and analytical skills. This guided her to the University of Cambridge and later Oxford, where she became the first woman to study classics and philosophy. It was there that she began to question moral philosophy and challenged the status quo. Anscombe was not going to accept the conventional wisdom of moral philosophy because she had centered her idea that we have lost our moral bearings. She argued that we have become detached from the actions we perform, focusing instead on the outcomes of these actions. This was leading to a dangerous moral relativism, where any action could be justified if it led to a perceived greater good. She argued that this skewed focus was causing a loss of moral clarity. When trying to apply her theory, she often turned to the examples of killing. Anscombe strongly rejected the most common justifications of killing, asserting that there was rarely a reason that could justify taking another human's life. She believed that any killing of a person was almost always wrong. Since she disagrees with the idea about the ends being able to justify the means and only evaluating the act based on its consequences, she explains how we should be evaluating actions. She believes in the concept called action under a description, which is the idea that we must consider the nature of an action itself rather than just its outcomes. Anscombe believes that an action needs to be understood in its full context, from beginning to the end, in order to evaluate whether or not it is just. This belief was put to the test after one of the largest events in international affairs and war, the dropping of the atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Many people all over the globe thought that President Truman's choice to use the atom bomb was necessary in order to end World War II. Rather, Anscombe saw these bombings as the ultimate manifestation of the ends justify the means. While Anscombe was outwardly against these actions, the University of Oxford was going to award President Truman an honorary degree. She wrote a pamphlet, Mr. Truman's Degree, in which she laid out her arguments in distinct words. She argued that this act was not praiseworthy and that this act was a horrific act against humanity that should be condemned. Further, Anscombe defended that Truman, by ordering the bombings, had committed an act of mass murder and was personally responsible for all of the innocent lives lost. She did not believe that the justification that ending the war would absolve the killing of all of the innocent civilians. Anscombe speaking out about the atrocities at Hiroshima and Nagasaki amplified the importance of her moral theory. She offered a notable critique of the moral relativism that was occurring in high-impact decision-making. Anscombe provided a way to think about morality that focused on the actions and intentions, not just the outcomes. Her focus on intentionality and action over consequences continues to influence ethical discussions today, providing that anyone with bravery and courage can challenge ideas and forever change the way that we think about morality and ethics at large.